Hello students, in the last session we have started the lesson number 3 JRD Tata in the comprehension unit. In that lesson we have seen the year 2004 was significant for the Tata group. Why? Because it was the 100th birth anniversary of JRD Tata and Naval Tata and the death centenary of Jamshedji Tata. For 2 generations and more, JRD epitomized a way of life and a culture of business that cared for the country and its people. According to JRD Tata, the wealth gathered by Tata Group and its sons in half of a century industrial pioneering formed but a minute fraction of the amount by which they enriched the nation. According to him, the amount they gathered in the half a century of industry used for enriching the nation. The whole of that wealth is held in trust for the people. Some amount of the wealth is for trust for the people and used exclusively for their benefit, and this amount used for the benefit of the people. The cycle is thus complete. In the next paragraph, we have also learned JRD Tata, born in Paris on July 29, 1904. His full name was Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata. Was the second child of Ratanji Dadabhai Tata and his French wife Sune. Yes. Then the JRD Tata became the fourth chairman of the Tata Group in 1938. He was then just only 34 years old. From his joining, the income of the Tata Group was rupees 62 crore in 1939 and it grows in 1990 to 10,000 crore. In the next paragraph, we also learned the Tata entered in various types of businesses during the last half of the 20th century, such as airlines to hotels, trucks to locomotives, soda ash and other heavy chemicals to pharmaceuticals and financial services, tea and air conditioning to lipsticks and cologne. In the last half of the 20th century, Tata entered in airlines to hotels, trucks to locomotives, soda ash and other heavy chemicals to pharmaceuticals and financial services, tea and air conditioning to lipsticks and cologne. The group seemed to make everything and do everything. One of the Tata's earliest achievements was to cajole 10 rival cement companies to merge and form the Associated Cement Companies run by the Tatas. Tata Group made 10 cement companies into a one cement company run by Tata. JRD strengthened existing businesses such as steel, power and hotels. JRD developed their Tata Group's business such as steel business, power and hotels. As an industrialist, J.R.D. Tata is credited with the placing the Tata Group on as a patron of the arts on the international map. As an advisor and pioneer flyer, he brought commercial aviation to India. Instead of the chairman of Tata Group, he was also patron of the arts. He was revered or respects India's artists, sculptors, and performing artists under J.R.D.'s tutelage, or various Indian artists, sculptors, and performing artists made their role under the J.R.D.'s tutelage. The Tatas became the biggest buyers, promoters, and supporters of the art. Tata became the biggest buyers, promoters, and supporters of the art world in India. And as a philanthropist, he was respected for keeping alive and building up the tremendously active Tata Charitable Trust. In the first paragraph, there is given why 2004 year was important for Tata Group. In the second paragraph, there is given information about J.R.D. Tata, his full name, when he became the chairman of Tata Group, then how developed Tata Group. In the next paragraph, or during the last half of the 20th century, Tata Group entered in various types of businesses. Then J.R.D. Tata was a philanthropist. Why? Because he always helps Indian artists, sculptors, performing artists. He always supports the arts world in India, and as a philanthropist, he was respected for keeping alive and building up the tremendously active Tata Charitable Trust. In the next paragraph, the views of J.R.D. Tata about the leader and the motivator. Leadership, according to J.R.D. Tata, means leadership means motivating others. As a chairman, he said, as a chairman, my main responsibility is to inspire respect, sometimes referred to as a chairman's chairman. J.R.D. adopted a management by consensus style. When a number of persons are involved, I am definitely a consensus man, he once said, adding, but that does not mean that I do not disagree or that I do not express my views. He once said, adding, but that does not mean that I do not disagree or that I do not express my views. Basically, it is a question of having to deal with individual men heading different enterprises. How to deal with the individual men or a group of men? You have to adapt yourself to their ways. You have to adapt other people's ways and deal accordingly and draw out the best in each man. He said, we can draw best from the each man working in an organization. If I have any merit, it is getting on with individuals according to their ways and characteristics. In 50 years, I have dealt with 100 top directors. He said that in 50 years, I have dealt with 100 top directors and I have got on with all of them. I have dealt with all of them, he said. At times, it involves suppressing yourself. It is painful but necessary. to be a leader, you have got to lead human beings with affection. According to him, to be a leader or leader should be lead human beings with affection, with love. Be that as it may, Tata spotted talent easily, and once he was confident that, and once he was confident that, and once he was confident that manager would perform, he gave him a long hope if they wanted to be on their own. He gave many examples of the people. He said that Suman Malgonkar, he left them to it if they occasionally wanted to shoulder to cry on. Darbari said JRD was there, the supportive climate to build, develop entrepreneurs such as Sir Homi Modi, Sir Ardeshir Dalal, Sir Jahangir Gandhi, Rasi Modi, Suman Malgonkar and Darbari Seth and others who created billions in wealth for the group and the country. Was an environment where scientists of international repute such as Homi Baba, leading lawyers such as J.R.D. Chokshi and Nani Palkhiwala, and economists such as John Mathai, A.D. Shroff, D.R. Pense, Freddie Mehta could flourish. Tata's personal interest in technology, combined with Tata's isolation in the 1950s and 60s, spurred several group companies, particularly Tata Steel and Tata Chemicals, to innovate in their fields. There is a question. The economist, under the guidance of J.R.D. Tata, the scientist under the guidance of J.R.D. Tata, Homi Baba, then lawyers J.D. Chokshi, Nani Palkhiwala, economist John Mathai, E.D. Shroff, D.R. Pense, Freddie Mehta, etc. flourish under the guidance of J.R.D. Tata. Then in the next paragraph there is given a Bengin boss, means with affection boss, or दयाळू, मराठीमध्ये आपण दयाळू म्हणू. According to Tata Group, the crux of any successful labor policy lay in making workers feel wanted. One of the inherent drawbacks of modern industry with its large and concentrated labor forces was that each man felt that instead of being a valued member of a friendly any human organization, he was a mere cog in a soulless machine. Because of this, workers' attitude towards management becomes one of indifference, mistrust, and coldness, often tinged with hostility. He is easily led to feeling himself the victim of callous and unfair treatment, and little is needed to make him look upon his employers as his enemies and break out into open conflict. He said that in the last half of the 20th century, or in the modern industry, the management looking towards the workers as a soulless machine. So the workers became angry, workers' opinion becomes angry towards management. According to J.R.D. Tata, becomes workers' attitude towards management becomes one of indifference, निराशाचं होतं, मिसट्रस्ट, अविश्वासाचं, अँड कोल्डनेस ऑफन टिंज्ड विथ हॉस्टिलिटी, कधी कधी शत्रुत्वाचं ते पण निर्माण होतं. तर त्यावरती ते काय म्हणतात पहा. टाटा स्टील became one of the earliest companies in India to have a dedicated human resources department, expressing surprise that the company had functioned for so long without one. Tata commented, if our operations required the employment of say 30,000 machine tools, we would undoubtedly have a special staff or department to look after them, to keep them in a repair, replace them when necessary, maintain their efficiency, प्रोटेक्ट देम फ्रॉम डॅमेज एटसेट्रा. पहा, JRD टाटा म्हणतात की जर आपल्याला 30,000 मशीन टूल्स लागत असतील तर आपण काय करतो, आपल्याला ह्युमन बिईंग्स कशासाठी लागतील, टू लुक आफ्टर दोज मशीन, टू कीप दोज मशीन इन अ रिपेअर, replace them with when necessary, maintain their efficiency, protect them from damage etc. या कामासाठी आपल्याला कशाची ह्युमन बिईंगची आवश्यकता लागेल. बट व्हेन एम्प्लॉईंग 30,000 ह्युमन बिईंग्स with a mind and soul of his own, we seem to have assumed that they would look after themselves and that there was no need for a separate organization to deal with the human problems involved. Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata died in Geneva on November 29, 1993 and made his money in India. Few addressed with him the full pomposity of the name with which he was born. He was simply JRD to the world and to his friends. JRD was India's most well-known industrialist, widely respected for his enormous contribution to the development of Indian industry and aviation in particular. Tata headed India's largest industrial conglomerate with uncommon success, but this was only one aspect of his life. He was also a man of great sensitivity and was pained by the poverty he saw around him and sought vigorously to alleviate it. He also was a philanthropist who wanted India to be a happy country and did all he could to make it so. A patron of the sciences and the arts and a man with a passion for literature, fast cars, then skying and flying. So there we finish the JRD Tata third lesson. In the last paragraph there is place given where JRD Tata died in Geneva. JRD Tata born in Paris, died in Geneva, but made money in India for the Indian people. It is very useful line from this lesson. So we will stop here. Thank you very much.